so we can come in that way and talk live to each other.
Yeah.
That would be neat. And then then I have the ability to use a website, and it's called Convertry, and it's more like a sales funnel, but it's fairly straightforward, and we can put information there, and people can catch up, and then we can do meetings periodically like this, and see if we can get other people coming in. We can do GoFundMe. We can do all sorts of interesting things to get people to possibly tell our story,
GoFundMe,
and then see about if we can get more people involved. I know when they took money from our station and caused us to collapse, they put it in the general fund. The general fund, to me, I call it the black hole.
yes.
Yeah, and it just disappeared. So, but who knows where the money went? But,
Somebody does. We don't.
We have, huh?
Someone knows.
Yeah, someone knows. I remember this happened to us in Florida. We had a public access channel, and the county came to us and said, "Oh, don't worry, don't round up your wagons. We'll protect you." Next thing you know, we're gone. And the same thing basically happened here in Asheville. And it's almost like they had a master plan. They're like like they pass out how to get rid of your public access channel, because eventually the same thing. But ours was built. The beautiful studio. They had two studios side by side. One was the county, and we had a studio just like it, a mirror image of it, and it was beautiful. And I didn't know anything about public access, so I went down to see it and signed up, and the rest is history. Then when I heard they had one up here, I came up and joined this one. So, but the technology has moved so far forward from where we were. Like all that equipment that they stored someplace is probably worthless, totally worthless. Because now we have these cameras that are so powerful that, we can do anything. We can shoot it all on an iPhone or whatever else you want to shoot it on. You're doing yours on a camcorder. And so it's a totally different world where we're at today than we did when we first started out.
Yeah.
So it's all changed.
Yeah, and I think we ought to be able to do it for, probably a lot less money than was
I'm sure.
done before.
I'm sure we could do this as we figure it out. And it looks like a lot of us already figured it out, that we can sit down and talk about it and maybe do our own site, and then just have times on what we're going to talk about so people can tune into it. And let's see, and then maybe if we got emails, we can email people so they can reach us, come in and give their 2 cents, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think what happened to us, I guess some of us got too close to the politics, and they just wanted to make us go bye-bye. But I thought it was quite interesting that the people that showed up out of nowhere disappeared just as fast as they came. I won't mention any names, but it was kind of interesting that they come in, attack us, and then I think maybe part of our problem, we didn't push back, but I think the real problem was we didn't have enough people that knew about the public access channel. So we could have a coalition so we could push back. So I think that was probably one of the big problems they had, but nobody would support us. We tried to get the legal profession involved from the standpoint of doing help us out with where they don't make any money, but they help us to survive.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you talking about finding an attorney for the legal issue?
Well, I think at this stage, it's nobody wants to do anything for free, of course, and
what
I would. It's just well, that was my feeling when we reached out and tried to talk to some of the lawyers. They go, "Well, that's interesting, but sorry, I can't help you," and that was my thing that I saw.
So that would be part of the fundraising in order to hire an attorney, to pay an attorney?
Yeah.
Is that
Well, I don't even know if we have a chance at it. I mean, who would we go to in the county or somebody just saying, "Hey, we want our channel back"? Or I don't know how we do it. We create a YouTube site where we can, people can go to, and we start a campaign and just word of mouth to keep spreading. Hey, we want to do another public access channel.
Well,
and maybe just start from scratch. Just forget about the previous one. We just like here, we're just meeting the first time. Start new.
We do have a commissioners meeting twice a month, the first and third Tuesday. So if we have people like we were doing before we got shut down and going to the commissioners and city council and saying, hey, you know, we're not going to roll over and play dead anymore. We're back and we are demanding, because we can prove that it was through criminal activities that the money was taken away to shut us up.
Well, I guess in that case, we could make I don't want to say a plea, but make them aware of what happened. And I don't know if it was the money went to the person who's now going to jail supposedly in April. I forget her name.
Which one's that? No, Wanda's already in jail. The one that...
she's in jail.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking Bill Stanley? What? Bill Stanley's going to jail? For his role?
No, they're talking about Wanda.
You still talk about Wanda?
Wanda, she's
she started serving time already.
Yeah, she's been serving time. She's you know, and it's like, is it really fair that the white collar criminals get to go to a nicer prison, even though prisons aren't really nice? But is it fair that just because you're a white collar criminal, you get to go and you don't get to suffer like in the county or a state prison?
Yeah, hers is pretty serious. I mean, taking people's taxpayers' money.
That's it. I mean, if you steal $500, you're doing jail time.
Loaf of bread, whatever.
Yeah, if you steal groceries out of a grocery store, you're doing jail time. And she's, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so.
Yeah, this was a case of greed.
Politics.
It's like that person made a lot. She made good, and had a good income and all that, but she just.
Oh, she had a great income.
Had to have more.
Yeah.
You know.
She had a great income.
I think she had like a golden parachute, I think.
Okay. So.
I don't know.
Anyway, my arm's getting tired of holding this here. So, any last words, Bob, for the moment?
I can't think of anything at the moment. It just seems like to create a new studio. I mean, everything's changed so much. You don't even need a studio. You just get together like you're doing here. Like you said, having a place where you can broadcast from. And we can do calls like this. Just have a group come in. I don't know how many people
it would have to be a place where we didn't have the background noise, because we do not have mics at this point.
I don't hear any background noise at all.
I have someone on with me.
Oh, don't you hear any background noise?
No,
good.
Not at all.
Good.
Yay! Then we're doing a half decent job. I guess we'll just have to wait until the video is all done and check it out and see what's up.
The camera's pretty slick.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of auto adjust on the volume.
I've never really used this, but I think this is awesome. Because you can bring groups together. I don't know how many people you can have on simultaneously, but I know they do like a radio show kind of thing. You have a whole bunch of people on there, and plus webinars are really big.
Right.
This might sound silly, but I mean, I just heard something about a 1 million man march today. What about a 1 million cell phone march?
Yeah, that would be right.
That would be, interesting.
About brainstorming, so.
Anyway, I'm just being silly, kind of, but there's power. There's power, and this, you know, the cell phone has brought a lot of power to people that they didn't have before.
It has. It's exciting, and I always marvel every day how the technology has moved forward so quickly.
Yeah.
And it's getting better and better all the time. And I think this is probably our saving grace as a country from the standpoint of what's going on. We have a president just seems to do. He can be a dictator and do whatever he wants. So we have the impeachment trial going on. So maybe we can get some good notes from that.
Did you see Ralph's new toy?
No. Now, whose camera am I on now?
Okay, I'm getting you off camera. I'm going to focus on
Okay.
someone else.
I see you, but who's holding the camera?
You probably
Ralph.
You
Oh, you see
probably
me.
read
Oh,
about.
let me turn it. Turn it around so you can see.
Okay.
There's Ralph. See Ralph?
Hey,
Oh, that's cool.
you probably read
yeah,
about
that's
this.
cool. I've
This
seen
is
those.
the Osmo Pocket. It's,
Yeah, Osmo.
Yeah, it's
me get my
I'm shooting at
volume
4K, 30 frames per second.
Uh-huh.
So it's broadcast quality. Only costs $350. It's mounted on a 3-axis gimbal like cameras on drones, so that you get an extremely stable picture.
That's amazing. Well, it's every day there's something new popping out. It seems like. Well, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I wish I was there. I should have came.
Now, I think I've been thinking about this. I think probably the first thing we should do is get a YouTube channel and
Yes.
start putting on videos about restarting URTV and the rest
Are you a member of BitChute at all?
of what.
BitChute?
That's another one.
I've got an account there, but I don't know. I haven't looked at their rules.
Yeah.
But I think there's supposed to be less rules there.
Yeah.
Well, we did have I had a website up for a while. Remember, we were fighting back, and we had charts and graphs and all that stuff. Well, today we can do a video. Plus, we can tell our story, on that YouTube channel. And we have. I think I got a lot of historical stuff somewhere. Because we did charts and graphs, and I think we could send off video and all that kind of stuff. But I think it'd be a good place to introduce ourselves, who we are, what happened, what the story is, and what we want to do, where we'd like to see it go. And technically, we don't need the county at all, because that was one of the biggest things I learned as being a board member, was that, man, we're at their mercy totally. I mean, they can shut us off anytime they want. We're here, it's our channel. There's nothing they can do about it. Unless we just, I'm sure there's things they can do, but we can definitely make a case for it.
Right.
And then how would we get people come to that channel?
I agree
maybe we do it.
totally with Bob.
Ralph has his 2 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, Ralph. Go
I
ahead.
agree totally with Bob. The county
Yes.
and cable should not be involved. We should have our own channels like the YouTube channel
Yeah.
and just start producing stuff and getting on there and get the
501c3.
501c3
Right.
so
Yeah, we
that
don't need them at all.
people can donate
Right.
equipment and money. Get a
We
GoFund
can do a
going.
GoFundMe kind of thing too, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So are you saying we really don't need or want those PEG funds anymore?
I don't
We don't
think
need
we
it.
would get
Maybe
it.
not.
I mean, because
I need to
here's
look
the
at the
thing.
laws.
Here's the
regarding
thing.
that.
What it is we thought we had control, that, and they decided on a whim to shut us down because they didn't like what people were saying. And we all know public access was for the citizens to come in and talk about whatever they want.
Right.
Well, now we can do whatever we want. We can make anything we want. Like one idea had was like in this area, we have a lot of tourists that come, so we could create a site that attracts people. Like, hey, I want to come to Asheville. It's a time to come to see the leaves or whatever's going on or activities,
Right.
and show what the activities are in Asheville. Like they have a site that I think is the Chamber of Commerce. It's a really nice done website. But then again, we can do that too. Nothing stops us from doing anything from the standpoint of what we want to say. And
That's
then
true.
over time, just mention Asheville. You can put keyword searches. We can run little videos and send them out on Facebook. Like I have a website called Something to Ponder,
Right.
and that's pretty good. I haven't really done anything with it, but I get a lot of hits on it, and I thought that was pretty cool to be able to do that. So we have to have some way of attracting people with information or a service or something that attracts people. And I'm not saying we all have to be there every day. We just post things. Like Ralph, I first came to Asheville. That was the first show I saw, and we sat there for hours watching his videos driving around the area. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And that's the key. If you want to be a broadcaster, you have to broadcast.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we've
So
been doing it a long time, and you have not a lot of technical expertise, and you've done a lot of things. I mean, I have a website that I make my own videos, and it's really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But this is kind of, I like this. It's kind of exciting because it's something totally new and different from public access, totally. I mean, any citizen can do this. And you can create your own little sideline off of this one. That people can go watch, that kind of thing.
But it's having that
But
community, the community together. That's a big part of what I'm looking, because we all have our own individual platforms, but it's getting all of our platforms linked up together.
Right. Well, like we talked about, you can have a web